What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Fulcrum Report.
Woo! Hello there.
Yeah,
it's an honor to be here.
Week 2. So real quick, thank you guys for watching. If you wouldn't mind dropping a like on the channel, subscribe, hit the bell icon so you know when these videos come out, and also comment below. We're going to bring up a whole bunch of subjects this week, so you'll definitely be able to put in your 2 cents about more than a few things. So let's do introductions. So we have Gilbert here.
Hi, I am Gilbert.
Right on. Thank you for being back, Gilbert.
Absolutely.
Let's go to Marshall. What's going on, Marshall?
Hi, thank you for having me back.
No problem.
Second time on this long-running series of 2 episodes.
Right. We're going strong. I heard we got renewed, actually,
yes,
for a second season.
Renewed? Oh, yeah. NBC picked us up.
And then Harrison. What's going on, Harrison?
Oh, hello. Hi, yeah, Harrison coming back from last week. Back in the cupboard. Back in the cupboard to podcast.
Back in the cupboard again you go. Do the podcast. It's good to have you. And new to the show, Samuel, do you wanna introduce yourself and tell us a little bit what you do on Krayt Dragon Film channel?
Oh, sure. My name is Samuel Parish. I'm the director and editor for Thanos and a voice actor occasionally on Krayt Dragon Films projects, and the only one that isn't reprising is Roland on this episode.
Right on. No.
Kid.
Yeah, no. He's a new character. So, real quick, something I wanted to do. I don't know if you guys want to take a quick note or if you have a pen and paper around, but at the beginning of the show, I'm going to ask everyone a question. It's just a fun question, and at the end of the show, we'll all reveal our answers, and I'll be the judge of who won this week's. So,
all right, cool.
Interesting. Okay.
So, the question this week is, Obi-Wan Kenobi is going to be added to Star Wars Battlefront 2. If you were going to add a voice line, which voice line would you add for his emote? One voice line. So, everybody get your answers down, and then we'll answer it at the end of the episode.
I've got it. I don't even need to write it down.
Got mine.
Think hard. Don't give up your answers just yet. And
got it.
You got it? Okay, cool. So at the end of the episode, we'll review it, and hopefully we have some good ones. And not all the same ones, too.
Oh, dear.
Alright, so first off, let's talk about some movie news. Billy D. Williams is going to reprise his role in Episode 9 as Lando Calrissian. Let's start off with you, Gilbert. What do you think about that? What do you see his role in Episode 9 being?
Well, first, let me just say, about freaking time. Jeez.
Right?
Like, I was waiting for that all of watching Episode 8. I wanted him to show up there, but no. But, yeah, I would say, I don't know, probably going to be, like, kind of similar to the role that Han Solo played in Episode 7. Maybe be, like, a mentor to Rey, or you know, just kind of, like, tag along with the crew. I'm not really sure. You know, I mean, we haven't seen him in such a long time.
Yeah, no, absolutely. It is kind of odd because he's obviously still alive. We know that. So, why hasn't he showed up? You know, Marshall, where has Lando Calrissian been this whole time? Why hasn't he come to help?
Well, I kind of expected him to show up in The Last Jedi right at the end when...
I know, didn't we all? It almost seemed like a no-brainer, huh?
Yeah, but...
It was ripe.
I'm worried that they're going to bring him in and they're just going to kill him off.
Oh, no.
That's what I think is going to happen. Yeah, I mean, they've done it
Just
with all the
off
old characters so far. Yeah. And
Destroy the past.
Yeah.
Kill it
if you have to. Yes, everything.
Yep, so my theory is Lando's going.
You think Lando's going, so they're just going to knock everybody out? No more original cast?
Nope.
Jesus. Thank God you're not writing the movie.
I've got a bleak outlook on the films from now on.
Is Chewie gonna just be the last one standing from the
I
original cast?
So.
I even heard rumors that...
anymore.
Yeah, no, and there were rumors that, I know it's just leaks on here and there's, but somebody even said that R2 and C-3PO might even go in this one, so, like, that's really...
They better not. They better not.
They better.
Yeah. Kylo's going to turn Chewie into a rug or something, and R2's just going to be his bin.
Right.
Oh God! Just make this one rated R already.
Yeah.
BB-8's cooler anyway.
Yeah.
Do you,
controversial.
do you think, and I'll kind of launch this one towards Harrison, do you think that Lando's return might have something to do with the death of Han and Luke? Possibly? Do you think that might be an excuse for him? Maybe he's been in hiding or something, or maybe he's been kind of doing his own thing.
Yeah.
Do you think they'll maybe kind of
I
explain
think,
it that way?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, they're going to have to get into what he's been doing. I imagine he's been having some sort of happy marriage to Bib Fortuna, living away his life with a fish man thing. And, you know, like, damn it, with both Han and Luke gone, there's only one man with a cape who can really handle this. So we've got to pull him out of retirement.
Samuel, are you disappointed that we didn't get to see Han Solo and Lando reunion? Did they miss out on that? Are they using Billy D as almost an afterthought because they kind of are running out of original cast members to bring back?
I think most likely they kind of are. I mean, they've already got rid of Han Solo. They got rid of Luke. Leia just sort of had to go because of her death. So I think maybe they're only putting him in just to round off the rest of the main cast of the original films. So like, oh, we got rid of that one, we got rid of that. Now let's get rid of this one.
Yep. Who thinks who's at peace with Luke Skywalker dying in Episode 8? I don't think that was necessary 100% to bring somebody back for a movie and kill him, and bring somebody back for a movie and kill him. Are you guys content with that?
I didn't mind it.
No.
I
Half and half.
It was all right, I guess. I mean, I was kind of bummed out to see him show up in this one movie after all the build-up of the last one, and then just die off. But, I mean, I don't know. The way they did it was all right.
Yeah. We at least got to see him do a little something, a little something special. But, yeah, it's sad that, like, you know, because they're killing off all these characters, they're really kind of ruining the potential to see some classic, you know, reunions. So, we'll see what happens.
I do kind of think that, like, him being killed off, it's sort of fair enough, because really, we don't. Yeah, I'm an original trilogy guy, you know, like that's where my soul lives with Star Wars, and when you start doing like, let's bring all the old cast back, it's never gonna feel right, you know, like.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, if these new movies had just been like way back in the future, sorry, way further in the future, and the original movies were just a legend that they told and you never heard from them again, that almost would have been better for someone like me, because then like I would never have, you wouldn't have like the prequels did, where you feel they kind of tainted the original trilogy. You wouldn't get that connection where, you know, now we can be, we're disappointed in the Luke from that movie. Does that make the Luke from the old movies disappointing? And for some people it does.
Do you think that some of the new, because we just got a new Lando from Solo, and I don't know if have you all seen Solo?
I have.
I haven't, no.
Okay, you haven't.
I refuse to watch it.
Oh.
Okay, so we're refusing to watch Solo.
Don't be that guy.
Yeah. I'm definitely that guy.
Well, I saw it.
So they added some new elements to this Lando Calrissian. Do you think that some of those elements will carry over to future Billy D. Williams a little bit, or do you think they're trying to lay some ground for? I mean, I don't know what like robot sex or whatever, but
yeah,
like, you know what I mean.
I would say so. Yeah.
I'm looking forward to Billy D. Williams recreating the "This Is America" video.
Oh God.
You catch that down in the description,
just
guys.
A shirtless, Billy D. Williams just going around shooting various people.
Oh God!
This is Tatooine.
What I love this. This is literally the first question on my list, and I could talk about it all day.
He just flicks open his cape and pulls out a blaster and just shoots Jabba in the back of the head while he's sat in his chair. He just says, like, "This is Tatooine," and then the film starts.
Wow! I mean, I need to look this up.
What is? He's kind of the stylish one in the Star Wars universe. What do we want to put him in this movie? Are we going to put him in a new cape? Is he going to be wearing some sort of? Does he have a robot leg? what are we doing with him? What's his kind of style look going to be? Is he just going to look like old Lando, or are we going to go crazy and kind of do 30 years later he's messed up look?
I think he'll start with a new cape, but then things will start going bad. So he'll take off the new cape and like open a drawer, and his old cape will be in there, and he'll just like blow the dust off it and then put it on, and then he's just ready to kick ass.
And you can't forget when they
the cape around.
Yeah, with his old cape on, yeah.
And they have to go to a snow planet, and he has to have the snow cape because of merchandise. So you have to have the snow the snow Lando.
You gotta sell the Snow Lando toy as well, yeah.
Yeah, with the hood and with the goggles and everything. All right, we're gonna go on to the next question. We have a new character being added to episode 9, Carrie Russell. She has done work in Mission Impossible 3 and Dawn of the Planet of the Apes. She is currently sitting at the age of 42 years old. Gilbert, who is she going to be playing in the new Star Wars movie?
Honestly, I'm thinking it's probably going to be like another Force user, probably like an older Jedi or like someone we never knew about before, possibly someone who survived Order 66, or someone who was like a Padawan, kind of like Kanan. You know what I mean?
Okay, yeah, and that would be about the right age then. Yeah, yeah, you could.
I mean, she could have been a youngling or maybe something like that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Get away with that.
She could be an alien for all we know, too. Who knows? I mean, we don't even know that she's showing up as a human character, so...
I mean, I just say that because, you know, the whole... With Rey being... Like, everything building up Rey being, like, the new Jedi Master or whatever. Like, I feel like she's going to have to start... Like, either she's going to need someone to help her along, or she's going to start teaching other people. And you never know, that could just be one of the people she's teaching. Or just another one of the Rebellion. Who knows?
Could Rey's mum.
Oh,
that's
exactly
the
what I
next
was
thing I was
thinking.
just gonna bring up. Okay, cool. So go for it. I heard you murmur, Harrison.
Oh, yeah, no,
Who do you
no,
think it
it's
should be?
just I was being dumb. I wasn't even thinking about that. And then you went Ray's mum, and I was like, that makes so much sense.
Okay, gotcha. No, I thought you were against it. I wanted to hear your obscure.
Like, I don't know. To be fair, I love mystery. So, like, I mean, even from as soon as episode 7 came out, I was actually like, I don't care who Ray's family are. I want them to be a mystery in the background that I never get solved.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you got your wish.
Okay,
with
so
episode
you
8.
don't. Yeah, there you go. Samuel, what are you thinking she's gonna be? So you said Ray's mom, right? So do you want to lay into that a little bit more and kind of pontificate upon that?
Well, I don't know. It just sort of makes the most sense. I mean, it could also implicate that Kylo Ren was possibly lying to Rey. Because I always thought that in The Last Jedi, he only said those things to get Rey to turn. Like, definitely.
Yeah, absolutely.
So what's to stop someone from thinking, is he lying? Is he telling the truth? So it's sort of like a thing that could be resolved in episode 9.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, if she's the mom, Dad's gone then, right? Do you think if she's Rey's mom, then we're never seeing Rey's dad? Or do you think Rey's dad's gonna pop up as well? Is that a whole nother little adventure off to on us?
Oh God, no!
Please no.
If it was,
It's just writing itself, yeah.
I mean,
well, here's a
and then
thought.
explain
happen.
Well, guys, here's the thought. If she ends up being Rey's mom, then it could be that Rey's dad isn't in the picture because he's probably with the First Order or something like that. I mean, that could be the reason why she was left on Jakku in the first place.
That is a good theory.
Yeah, they left her on that planet for a reason, and if we're ignoring what Kylo said, it could have been for her protection, possibly. So if we're gonna see the mom, hopefully we'll get to. I just got done seeing Ant-Man and the Wasp, and that whole thing was about family this and family that. And I know Disney's huge on family, and they want you to meet the parents, and they want you to see who the mom of this character is. So, even if she's not going to be Rey's mom, I can almost, bet that we're going to see at least one parent, and it's probably going to be the mom. What are you guys thinking on that one? If we do see a parent, which one is it going to be?
Most likely the mother.
Agreed.
Mom.
Yeah, definitely Rey's mom,
Yeah.
I mean, the original trilogy was about the family anyway, wasn't it? All about family, the Skywalker family and everything, so...
Yeah, and they seem to be doing that thing where they're reflecting stuff from the original trilogy, so, a lot of it was about the father and the son, so we should be looking at the mother and the daughter.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, that'll be cool. We'll find out, and hopefully we'll get some more news about that soon. But let's move on to the next subject. Let's see right here. Star Wars Resistance. I don't know if you guys got to see the image I put up there. That was at some sort of Comic-Con or some licensing expo. But somebody snagged the shot of that. Did you guys get a chance to look at that?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
Looking at it right now.
Okay. What do you guys think? Are you let's start with Marshall. Are you familiar with the Clone Wars Rebels? Do we like Dave Filoni? Are you excited about the new show? Let's start with you.
I actually haven't watched any of the TV shows, so I've got no idea.
Okay. Is there a particular reason, or you just think the cartoons are for the kids? They haven't had a subject that's really brought you in, that's interested you? Like, if there was a nice little Republic one, would you watch that, or are you just not really into the cartoon stuff?
It's just never crossed my mind to watch them, to be honest. I'm sure if I watched them, then I would like them.
What about you, Harrison?
I'm very much in the same camp. I mean, I'm really bad at like checking stuff out, so I am behind on every single thing. So ask me in about 5 years and I might have seen this.
Okay.
Hold you to that.
Gilbert, what are you thinking about the so this is the first look, so we're basically getting an idea about the animation, and I'm going to talk about go into depth a little bit more about that in a minute. But what are your first impressions? Are you excited to see Star Wars Resistance? Are you a Clone Wars Rebels fan?
Yeah, I was absolutely a Clone Wars fan from the beginning. Like I binge watched that show the second it came on Netflix, and pretty much I have ever since. Yeah. But when Rebels came out, I liked it. I was a little like I wasn't able to watch it as much, but I enjoyed it. So I have not necessarily high hopes for this new show, but I mean, I'm willing to give it a chance. I don't think it looks bad. I mean, I'm interested to get a little bit more information, a little bit more backstory on the First Order, on Kylo Ren, and all that kind of stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So this show is set in between 7 and 8. We have Poe Dameron, Captain Phasma, BB-8. So I think we're on the more latter half of the 30 years between 6 and 7. Samuel, what kind of guest characters? Do you see Kylo Ren showing up? Do you think we'll see maybe I don't know, Maz Kanata? What do you how are they going to tie this into the bigger Star Wars story?
I can possibly see a Maz Kanata cameo popping up as well as Kylo Ren, because let's face it, if you've got the First Order, you've got to have a Kylo Ren scene in there somewhere.
Of course.
Yeah, no, I'm absolutely. And I collect figures. And I remember when they put Vader in Rebels, first thing I needed to do was go get the Vader Rebel Styles figure. So if they get the Kylo Ren and they put him in the show and he's in a slight different, kind of blockier style or whatever, then I got to go out and get him. So yeah, no, absolutely.
There goes the merchandising side of things.
I know. I can't stop. Can you guys help me?
They've roped you in.
So
absolutely.
How does the timeline of this work? So, like, could it... I'm a bit of a novice on this, but, like, could you have stuff where Kylo Ren could be in the show, but before he murdered all them kids and went off to be a bad guy?
Yeah, possibly. I'm trying to look...
Not entirely.
Yeah, Samuel, I don't know who's looking at the image. I believe that's Poe Dameron in the, on the right side, and we'll have it, and on the right image, we have Poe Dameron in the corner, I believe. I don't think that's him in the center. And it looks like he's about the age we've seen him. We have BB-8. So I don't know. Samuel, you were going to speak up. Do you think we're going to see younger Kylo Ren? Or do you think it's going to be more adult Kylo Ren, maybe a year before The Force Awakens started?
Maybe a bit of a pre-Kylo Ren, like a little bit after he took the kids. He could be talking to Snoke, just fully succumbing to the dark side, but maybe in Star Wars Resistance he's not fully convinced of the dark side yet. So maybe have a little scene in there with Snoke, maybe? Get more stuff on him.
Yes, yeah, no, we can absolutely put him in there too. And the Knights of Ren a little bit. So let's see, this is coming out in October. So they're gonna start laying some seeds for even though it is a prequel to 7. I'm sure. What do you think, Gilbert? That they're gonna lay some seeds for Episode 9 a little bit, right?
I mean, they would have to. I mean, they've done that for pretty much everything. I mean, for Rebels, they make references to other stuff that you see later. Like, there's a connection between Rebels and Rogue One. You know what I mean? So,
or they wouldn't even be doing this, really, huh? Yeah. Yeah, there's a reason. I mean, it's Disney. They have a reason for everything. Let's talk about the animation style. That's been something kind of nobody's been talking about. I wanted to hear like a definitive answer, but they're just not saying it flat out. In the description of the show, they said it's going to be an anime-styled show. Do you think it's going to be 2D animation? Are we doing 3D CGI? What are we thinking? Let's see, Marshall, what do you think?
Again, I don't know enough about the other TV shows to make a good guess, I don't think. But
okay.
Anime, probably 3D CGI, I think it'd be something I'd prefer to watch, but...
Yeah,
it
Gilbert,
looks like it from that image, doesn't it? It looks like it's cel-shaded 3D.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Do you guys remember that? That I don't know if you've even seen Disney XD, but they had that Tron Uprising show, and that was kind of cel-shaded 3D-esque, and then kind of even the same as along the lines as like the Batman Ninja movie. Do we think we're gonna kind of see something more of that style for the Star Wars show?
Looks like it from. I mean, maybe it's just this image.
Hoping.
Yeah, I mean, personally, from the image,
it's hard to tell with the image. Yeah, it could be a drawing too, because there were some 2D arts in Star Wars Rebels. So this could be some of that 2D styled also. It's a little bit hard to tell from this, but. Yeah, you guys?
I would say from the 2D image, it kind of looks like it looks like it might be kind of more, I don't know, anime style. You know how, I don't know if you guys ever watch like Full Metal Alchemist or like Cowboy Bebop or that kind of stuff. It looks like it might be kind of more that style from what I'm seeing, but it's kind of a grainy picture. So what do I know?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, that's actually a really good picture. The original picture was in a boardroom on a screen, so we got this one right here.
Oh, nice.
Okay. Let's move on. Let's talk some Star Wars games, and then that'll wrap into our weekly question. How are you guys with the Star Wars gaming?
Love them.
They're the best.
Love them. Marshall loves them.
Love them, except for the latest Battlefront.
Dun, dun, dun.
Right.
As in the reboot, not the pandemic originals. Those are fantastic.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, Jedi Knight. I remember I was talking with, I think it was it Samuel, right? I was talking with you. You done the Jedi Knight games and all that kind of stuff? The good old classic LucasArts games?
Definitely played those as well. I definitely remember Jedi Knight 2 more often because that was the one I played the most as a kid.
Yeah.
Which was that? So Jedi Knight 2 or Jedi Knight Dark Forces 2?
Yeah, Dark Forces. Yeah, no, I did them all. I did Dark Forces. I think I did Dark Forces 2, and then I did Outcast, Jedi Academy. I did all those ones. Gilbert, what about you? What are some of the...
Me, I played Jedi Outcast and Jedi Academy. I played both KOTOR games, and I was a Republic Commando kid.
Republic Commando.
Oh, and the original Battlefront. And Battlefront 2, of course.
Yeah, absolutely. Respawn Entertainment from EA is coming out. We finally, at E3, got the title of Respawn's Star Wars game. It's going to be titled Jedi Fallen Order. It's going to be set in between episodes 3 and 4. Samuel, what game am I gonna see next year?
I'm hoping an action game, like just pure action game reflecting the Jedi Knight sort of style. Because, I mean, it just sort of makes the most sense. They're on the run, the Empire's coming after them, it just sort of makes sense. Maybe have something akin to Deus Ex or The Witcher. Maybe something akin to an RPG.
I would really, like to, even if it's a single-player game, definitely get some RPG elements in there. I don't want to play this 20-hour game and then that be that. Are you guys filling me on that one, Gilbert?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you kind of want to have it mean, you want to have some replay value, and you want it to actually mean something at the end of your experience, you know?
Yeah, and talk about KOTOR. I remember literally one complaint I always had about KOTOR was you'd spend the entire game leveling up your character, customizing your character, getting all this gear, getting the kyber crystals, all that stuff. You finish the game, that's that. Done. You can't do anything else.
Yeah.
You know.
You can't, like, no free roam or nothing like that.
Yeah, that would be cool to see what the galaxy's like after you just, finish the story and kind of just go around and finish your side quest that you never got to complete. So that I felt like that was... Is this going to be... I'm going to shoot this one next towards Marshall. Is it going to be a third-person kind of linear action game? Is it going to be Assassin's Creed-ish kind of open world?
I think it's going to be a shorter kind of experience, like an Uncharted game.
Okay.
So like 8 to 10 hours, I'd say. Third person, kind of linear, like big set pieces kind of thing. I think it's going to be like that. I can't see them doing a big open world one.
Yeah, not yet. At least with this developer. Gilbert, what were you going to say?
I was going to say, all right. So you're thinking more like something more for the story and rather for the for like the gameplay kind of thing.
Yeah. Like, I don't know if you guys have played Uncharted, but it's like, there's big action set pieces. It's mostly linear. I think it's going to be something like that.
Yeah, a lot of cinematic gameplay and stuff like that. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Do you think it could be very like, very Dark Forces-esque? Or not Dark Forces, what was that game with the assassin? The Force Unleashed. I don't know if you guys ever played that one. Do you think it's going to be along the lines of that, maybe?
Yeah, I would say so. That's a pretty safe bet, I think.
Yeah, and Respawn, they did Titanfall, so we can kind of get an idea of what the gameplay mechanics could be. I mean, sometimes racing game companies make shooting games, so it's a little hard to guess with what kind of... but Samuel, what do you think we're gonna... Mechanic-wise, how do you think the game's gonna feel? It's gonna be open, kind of God of War-y, or are we gonna...
I'm definitely seeing both sides of a coin. Like, I can imagine a more open worldy thing, but just sort of limited. But when it's linear, you can have more of an in-depth character study and how they went through Order 66.
Yeah, or maybe like how you even would survive Order 66, kind of from the ground level.
Actually, now that I think about it, didn't Amy Hennig, the director of those Uncharted games, leave EA recently?
She left EA. Right. That was on a whole. That was for. We were going to talk about this next week, but we'll talk about it next week. That was for Motive's game. They were doing a solo Star Wars game, and basically that one got taken apart, and they're restructuring it as a games as a service. So a Destiny type game essentially, which is kind of that sounds cool to me. I'm totally.
You must pay $4 for a purple lightsaber.
I just like that. That kind of more open. The reason why I'm a little bit okay with that one, and I'll kind of see what starting with Gilbert, and then maybe shooting off to Harrison. Just maybe a bit more of an open-ended Star Wars game. We don't really have anything like that, so that's maybe one of the reasons why I'd be a bit okay to something I can go back to and play repeatedly, but that's not so repetitive as Battlefront.
Yeah, I would honestly. Honestly, I just want something that doesn't just rely on, ooh, look, lightsabers. It looks so cool, lightsaber. Because that seems like, I liked Force Unleashed, but that seems like that's what a lot of what that game was, and
I know, and yeah, as cool as lightsabers are, there's other cool stuff in the Star Wars world, and I don't want to focus, solely on that, right? No, absolutely. So
it'd be nice to actually have something with a little more substance.
Marshall, what were you?
What was the question again? Sorry. I done this last time.
I know. Yes. No. You got to make a comeback. What Star Wars type game do we need to see on the shelves next year? What do you want? What are we missing?
If I could pick any Star Wars game, it'd be Knights of the Old Republic 3.
Oh yeah.
Okay. But so you want an RPG?
Yeah. Instead of like click attacks, it's all like, just normal combat. Pick between different classes like Smuggler, Jedi, whatever. So people who don't want to use lightsabers, they can use guns instead and stuff like that.
You know what I want to see?
All right, yeah.
I want to see.
I totally see
Star
them
Wars.
if they were to.
Wait, was that?
Yes. Telltale Star Wars.
Go
for it, Harrison. Pitch me the Telltale Star Wars game set in the cantinas.
Yeah. Oh, that's already a great idea. Like, I would love that. Like, I don't know, like sort of, I don't know, anything. Yeah. Telltale Star Wars.
Dude, I got it. Make Boba Fett the main character of that. Like, you control Boba Fett as like a young Boba Fett on Tatooine. Like, how cool?
Can you imagine the QuickTime events with the jetpack and like flamethrower QuickTime events?
Exactly. Like, how awesome would that be?
Yeah.
You just gotta look past the glitches and the wait between episodes.
Oh my god.
Oh, calm down, son. I've never heard so much
I play
salt,
too many
man.
of those games. When you play so many of the Telltale games, you pick those things up.
Admittedly, yes.
You ignore him. You
that.
just ignore him after the while. It's like a homebrew IPA beer. You just pick the hops out of your teeth. You don't even realize it anymore.
Yeah, I don't want to see a Telltale Star Wars game.
Nah, I don't see it.
No.
Really, I mean, the Telltale thing is very nice because it kind of works with anything, and like, basically, what I mean is that I'd like a way more story talking sort of focused Star Wars game. Because I tell you, I have played a lot of Star Wars games, and like you guys said, I've had plenty of lightsabers. I've had plenty of blasters as well. Like, if it's not a lightsaber-based game, it might as well be any other shooter. So I'm like, well, actually, why don't I just enjoy the world of Star Wars for a bit? And like, yeah, like being a bounty hunter, hanging out in a cantina, or like like launching off of this Solo movie, being a young Han Solo, like making deals, trying to have to, get around people who want money off of him, that sort of thing. Hey, no, let's go back to Lando. Like, a Telltale Star Wars starring Lando could be really interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe.
There's about... with Billy D. Williams, yeah. Reprising his role.
Have to pay respects to Han.
Yeah, pre-order bonus is a new cape.
Okay, we're going to go back to our weekly question. And then, so I'll name your name, you'll give me the answer, we'll do it that way so nobody steps on anybody. For those sitting at home, the question was, Obi-Wan Kenobi is going to be added to Star Wars Battlefront coming up soon. If you were in charge of putting one voice line in for the emote, what would it be? Gilbert?
Mine was, I shall become more powerful than you can possibly imagine.
Perfect. Is that an Obi-Wan Kenobi? Yes, it is.
Yeah,
it is.
Yeah,
yes, it is.
Episode 4.
This, Sir Alec Guinness. For a second, I was thinking about Anakin when he was being a little bitch screaming at him on Mustafar, but yeah, no, that was him.
I don't like sand.
Harrison, I like that one, Gilbert. Harrison, what's your voice line we're adding for Obi-Wan Kenobi?
I want the noise that he makes to scare off the Tusken Raiders.
Yes.
From what edition?
Yes.
From what edition of Episode 4 is that?
I don't know. Well, I mean, like, whichever.
And he waves his arms up in the air, right?
In '98.
Marshall, what voice line are we adding to the new Battlefront for Obi-Wan Kenobi?
Hello there.
Yes, of course.
Yeah, it's gonna be it.
The most spammed.
Yeah.
Samuel, what voice line are we adding for Obi-Wan Kenobi in the new Star Wars Battlefront?
I have high ground.
Oh, that's good. I was hoping I would hear that one. That's a good one. And it wouldn't. Yeah, we just take Anakin out, right? So you'd be able to use it for everything.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just universally applicable. Like, fans will get it, and they'll probably be happy.
Yeah, there'll be so many memes.
That would, yeah.
There isn't already.
Yeah, right?
There's never enough. Yeah. Okay, the winner, Samuel, you will come in second place. But we are going to go with Harrison for the...
I agree.
Yeah, that makes sense. Just make sure it isn't a Blu-ray edition.
I'm not even mad about losing.
For no, Marshall, I love it. Yes, no, those were all good ones. They all need to be in there. I think there's 4 of them. You guys all get yours in there. Harrison, for bonus points, what's the name of that emote sound?
What's the name of it?
Yeah, what are we gonna name it? There has to be a name. Just O's.
I don't know.
We'll just call it Vitus. That Vitus song. What is that? Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Yes. Yeah, we'll just name it after the band.
Nice.
Right.
All right, guys. That's our show for today. Gilbert, thank you so much for being on. Do you want to plug anything before we end the show?
No, I think I'm good.
You're good. Harrison, you want to plug in anything?
I am working on another Krayt Dragon Films comic dub. That's awesome. One about Lando Calrissian.
The Legend of the Cape.
Yes, I happen to be Lobot in this one.
Cool. I'm excited for it. And is it what's the name of that title? The title of the comic?
Lando.
Oh, we're doing Lando. Okay, cool. Yeah, just Lando. Okay, everybody look forward to seeing Lando on Krayt Dragon Films. Marshall, thank you so much for being on the show. You want to give your any 2 cents, any pitches for anything?
Well, first, thank you for having me. It's always a pleasure. And you can follow me on YouTube. I'll ask Gilbert to put the link in the description for me.
Yep.
But don't follow me in real life.
Because he will have you arrested.
Yeah.
Believe me.
Cool. Thank you, Marshall. And Samuel, thank you so much for being on the show. Do you want to plug in any projects you're working on?
Thank you for having me. And yeah, I do want to plug something apparently. The first episode of a Thanos dub is coming out next Monday.
Yes.
Oh.
I'm excited for that one. Yeah, get some Marvel content on there.
Yeah, it should be a new venture. I was hoping to get it out when we did the rebrand, but being that hasn't been done yet, I might as well get it out as soon as I can.
Yeah, no, and it'll help usher in the new era. So thank you so much, Samuel, for being on.
Thank you for having me.
Cool. And once again, guys, my name was Sebastian. You can follow me on Instagram at Revan Winter Soldier. And yeah, that's that. Yeah, you can also come to my YouTube channel. I'm doing some more streams on there. I've been shamefully playing Fortnite. So you can come. I know. The new season came out. Alright, guys, thank you so much. This has been the Fulcrum Report on Krayt Dragon Films. You can please smash that like button for us. Subscribe to the channel, hit the little bell notification, and drop a comment below. Let us know what you thought of the video, and drum up some combos with us. We love Star Wars just as much as you guys. Alright, have a good one. Logging off. Bye.
Bye.
See ya.
Adios.
Because if it was for Blu-ray release, it'd be like,
I just have to see I want to see the like flailing inflatable tube arm man kind of emote with that noise.